Hi, this is Marc Adajar from Xsculpt, where we level you up. And this video is kind of like a behind the scenes video of what goes into the thought process prior to your surgery. I know surgery can be scary for a lot of guys who's never had surgery before. It can cause a lot of anxiety, and at least for me, if I know a little bit about what's going to happen or the thought process about what's going on, it makes me feel a lot better. And so I think I wanted to make this. I wanted to make this video to educate the patients on the thought process that goes behind your surgery and how it's accomplished. Of course, I could show 1,000 videos of me sucking fat out and removing breast gland, and it looks cool and looks dramatic. But I don't think that really helps the patient a lot to get prepared for surgery. I think if anything, it might make you a little bit more scared. And for me, at least, if you see one or two of them, all of them kind of look the same after a while. So I think the educational portion of surgery is a lot more important for my patients, and that's why this video came up and the concept of it. And if it's something that you enjoy, please leave a comment below. I'd really appreciate if you click our like button and maybe subscribe to our channel. And if we get that positive feedback, I'll do my best to try to put up as many of these type of educational videos as possible. Okay, so our first patient today is I chose a grade 2 gynecomastia, which is a patient with a breast gland and less than 500 milliliters or cc's of breast fat surrounding that breast gland. And so I think it's it's the most common type, and I think it's a good place to start. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, here's our patient with grade 2 gynecomastia. Now, when we start out by planning the surgery, and usually this is done with, we mark the patient in the preoperative holding area right before surgery. The first thing that we do is it's really important to mark out the borders of the underlying pectoralis muscle, because that's actually our goal. Is because here at Xsculpt, we want your entire chest to look good. The gynecomastia just happens to be in the way of that. So what we do is we mark out the borders of your chest, and it starts out with the lateral border of the pectoralis major muscle, and we want to mark the inferior border, the lower border as well. Okay, so we mark that out, and this is probably right here, something like that. Yeah. Okay, so that's what your underlying border looks like. Part of my drawing is just I don't want to get my hand too much in the way so you can see what's going on. So that's the border of the muscle. Okay, now we also want to make sure that we mark out the rib cage here, like that, and the upper abdominal musculature over here. Okay, and that's kind of important as well. So we know the relative, your abdomen meets the chest, okay? And then basically after that, then we want to mark out your, give you a little bit of separation of your chest between the shoulder and the pectoralis muscle. This gentleman also already has well-defined shoulders, but what we do is this is your clavicle, your clavicular bone, which we want to mark out here, okay? I'll mark it on this side. Gee whiz, too much coffee this morning. Okay, good. Like something like that. Okay, like that and like that. Okay, now your deltoid pectoral groove is a line between your upper pectoralis muscle and your deltoid muscle, like that. Okay, which we enhance like that. Okay, so that's your general your overlying, the general anatomy or the borders of your chest. Okay, now next is we want to take care of the gynecomastia. And this gentleman again has a grade 2 gynecomastia. Okay, so it's hard to see on this picture, but he has a breast gland that's right here. Okay, like that. And then on this side, his breast gland is like that. Okay, if you can see it like that. Okay, so that's the gland that's protruding through. Okay, now there's associated breast fat around this breast gland in this gentleman too, and you can see it right here. Okay, and what I'm doing is the borders of the fat deposits. Okay, and so we definitely have to take care of these areas. Okay, and this is better known as under boob, and this is a side boob, you know, which we want to get rid of. Some guys have love handles of the chest over here. Okay, so we want to take care of that. Okay, so then here at Xsculpt, we do all our patients, as much as possible, we do high definition surgery, high definition chest sculpting, which means we use Vaser lipo to enhance the borders of the chest. And what does that mean? So basically, we want to enhance these borders of your pectoralis muscle, and so we have to selectively remove fat in certain areas to enhance that. So basically what we do is the inferior pectoral line, which is right here, we remove, we take great effort, to remove all that fat down here, and at the same time, it's gonna help take care of the gynecomastia, right? So we do that, okay? We suck out all that fat. Now all the fat, I'm gonna show you in the next picture, we remove all the fat between your pectoralis, lateral border of your pectoralis muscle and your latissimus muscle. So all this is gonna go away, okay? And by doing that, it creates a negative space. So what that does, it enhances the look of your underlying chest. Now guys with really low body fat percentage already has this type of definition, but not all of us are lucky enough to be, to have such genetics or be able to diet and exercise that much. So we do that, okay? Then there's also what we call the subpectoral triangle, which is over here. And then with the subpectoral triangle, we suck this out and we want to enhance this corner right here, okay? All right, then we also want to enhance the deltopectoral groove over here. So we do Vaser liposuction along here, and what we call the subclavicular triangle, which is right here, to give you a little bit of that depression, which enhances the look of the pectoralis muscle, or the upper border of the pectoralis muscle, so you get a little bit more of a border, okay? So that's how we do a high definition of the borders here. Now, as you can see, this part wasn't addressed as well, and we do liposuction here. We just don't want to do it too close to it's not as extensive as this area, because that will look weird. You'll get crater deformity, you'll get depressions and all that. So it's more of what we call a deep or intermediate type of liposuction in here, okay? Now, I forgot what normally there's a line right here, and this is like the inferior lateral border of your pectoralis muscle, and guys tend to store fat in this lower area. Now we do a deep and intermediate liposuction of all this area, so that it creates a nice aesthetic look of your chest from more full and more built, and then it tapers downwards. So we do a deep and intermediate liposuction in this area, okay? I should also mention, because it doesn't look cool if it goes from full and then all of a sudden it dips down, it looks unnatural. So we do an intermediate or a blending type of liposuction between the deep areas and the intermediate areas, or the superficial areas and the deep areas, where we do a superficial liposuction, deep liposuction, and we do a little bit of a transition here and along here to make it look a lot more natural, okay? So basically that's how we plan on doing our surgery. And each individual has a different anatomy, a different body type, different type of fat deposits. So it's a very, very customized procedure. One surgery doesn't fit all, as you can see, because everyone's anatomy is a little bit different. This is the same individual, okay? And just very quickly, I'll show you that we marked the lateral border of the pectoralis muscle, right? Right from here to here, that's the border, and then his other inferior borders over here. Oh, gee whiz. Hold on. Like right here. Okay, so that's his on the side, okay? And then from this angle, again, here is his gynecomastia, his breast fat that goes beyond the borders. His breast gland is over here. I doubt you can see it on your video, okay? Now, also on this, here's his lateral border, of his latissimus muscle. And so in order to create a really nice lateral definition of his pectoralis muscle, we remove we do a high definition liposuction of all this fat, especially in this area here, right? Again, and then here again, what we do is we remove all this fat with vaser lipo and high definition. We enhance this corner right here, really make it shallow to bring out the angle. We do deep, more of a deep type liposuction in this area, so it has a nice transition, which takes care of this area right here, okay? Now, and so that's how it looks from this side. Okay, and then finally the question is, where do we remove the breast gland and where are the incisions for the liposuction? So basically, I'll use my red. We want to do it on the border of the areola, nipple areola complex. So we hide that incision right here, We do an incision right there. And then we remove the entire breast gland through that incision and close it up with stitches that dissolve. For the liposuction, we see this natural fold that he has. So we hide the other incision, a 3mm incision in this area right there, so you can't see it. And so all the surgery can be done through those two incisions. All right. So I hope this video was educational for you. Hopefully you come see us at Xsculpt, and we can do your custom chest sculpt procedure. You can get your self-esteem back, get your self-confidence back, and never have to worry about this gynecomastia problem ever again. If you have any, you can see more information on our website. You can schedule your virtual consultation. I hopefully I get to meet you soon. All right. That's it. Thank you guys. Have a great day.